I don't know how I feel right now, but yeah. So this is still Highway 1019, and we are live on Z101.9 FM, and it's time for us to bring you Word on the Street.
All right, welcome to another episode of Word on the Streets. Today is a sad day, Kakra. It's a bit of a sad day, in as much as, for those of us who are just listening in, just in case you haven't heard the news, our beloved Madam Akua Donkor has left us, and she passed away last night. I think late last night, around 11, close to midnight, and the news broke this morning. And she was the founder and leader of the Ghana Freedom Party. Yes, and she's been one solid not a solid contender, but like she's been running for presidency, but then she's been loved, that's what I can say.
People just love realness.
We do.
And she was very real
really
from the get-go.
We really
Even
do.
though I know the majority of the people didn't think she stood a chance to ever
definitely
sit on the seat. But I mean, we loved her for being who she was. She was not ashamed to be herself, to represent
what she
people like herself. And I say this with no disrespect, no form of disrespect or anything, but rather she encouraged people who had never been to school to even say that, you know what, I could also reach for the skies because Akua Donkor or Madame Akua Donkor has done it, and so it makes it possible. I can do it too.
That's true.
She gave hope.
She did. She really did. Hope and resilience. The fact that she stood all this while. And, at a certain point, I understood that she actually had some financial struggles, because obviously standing as a presidential candidate is very intensive financially. And she stood for that, but she was facing some financial struggles at a point. But still, she came in like, I'm having these issues, but then this is my dream. This is something like I truly want to do. I feel like I can do it. I need the chance. And she beat that, and she still, she still stood. And that resilience, I have to say, I need to applaud that, honestly.
We all need to.
We do,
and I'm sure the Ghanaians celebrate her for that. I've seen a lot of her videos going around today. And it's all about the fact that this woman did something.
She did. It feels like, I don't know how, what is one of those deaths that, you feel like, okay, if I hear something happens to this woman, I won't feel anything
until,
but then it happens, and then you feel it. I feel something. I don't know how to explain it.
I think there's something,
but I feel
you
something.
Feel it in the air outside.
There's
everybody,
a difference.
One way or the other.
I say, it was system name, and our madam is gone. Who's going to give us all those, the comedic jokes and everything when it comes to like politics? She was a great break from the stress that's our people have been giving us. We all know how sometimes these political stories
looks to
seeing her
and hearing from her. Imagine, I've been asking that I want to go to her campaign and listen to her message because she gives me joy.
Yeah, she does.
She gives me joy, and I know that she gives a lot more people joy. So like you laugh at what she says or laugh about what she says and say that, but we are serious. But then again, she's brought you some form of entertainment or joy, and some form of relief from whatever is stressing you out.
Yeah. That's who she was, and I gotta say, may she rest in peace. Now, the details surrounding her death, apparently, for people who didn't know, she actually had 7 children. But
and she was
a
farmer, solid farmer.
Yes. And she actually was standing for farmers' rights and for the market women as well. And I think some of her children, she lost 4 of her kids, so they were left with 3 of them. Her eldest is over 60 years old, I understand. Yeah, and that brings to, the calculation of her age. Some people are saying she was in her 90s, but then some people too say she was in her 70s.
Wait for the
we don't have the details. Yes, definitely. But then she has 3 kids that were left over, and I think her youngest is 23. I can't imagine what the girl, her daughter will be going through, or her youngest will be going
through. Any of her children, for that matter. It doesn't even matter if they are old or not. Cause
such a character.
Yeah, and aside that, so someone who is going out of their way to break the stereotype, break a cycle, change the status quo and everything, there's some energy that you're able to tap in from her.
Definitely.
And so this would be a big blow to everybody. As it is, step out and see. It rained today.
You did.
But it rained today, but then again, we still feel that there's something is off in the system.
Yeah,
usually it happens, but today you can feel it. And so that's to tell you that no matter what, she had
an impact.
More than the impact that you would even want to accord her.
Yeah.
She carried a bit more, and again, she was a mother. You know, mothers have a covering that they bring.
Definitely.
So I feel it won't be an easy thing to deal with for her children, no matter their age and everything, and people around her, people in her neighborhood, people in her community, those who have experienced there firsthand.
Yes.
Nah,
it won't be
because
easy.
I've heard a couple of testimonies about her, and they said that we get like 1/10 of what we see online is like 1/10 of what it really is. So you need to know her to love her. And most of us have loved her from afar because again, she makes you laugh here and there. And you see her videos and you just laugh out loud and that. But it goes beyond that, the laughter for a lot more people.
It does. It really does. In fact, you know what? We do have some of her taste. So let's just hear it and remember Madame Akua Donkor and some of the humorous moments that she gave us.
On my honor, to be faithful and loyal, I pledge myself to the service of Ghana. I'm all my share in all my heart. I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana. I'm all my share in all my heart. There's one child that will be out. Why that baby? I'm fast ahead. I am a man and I don't know what I'm or don't over. Why that baby? I'm fast ahead. I am a man and I don't know what I'm or don't over. I'm here, bro. Yeah, my can we need to start a fair bit. Oh, I buy a cab also a fair. I say one for away through the blood and prayer of our fathers. You are my we are my
Charlie.
Yeah. So she's gone,
just
and
like that.
She started. She actually got. I was reading about her, and she got the. She was inspired to stand for presidency after she won Assemblywoman. So straight from, most people will wait for Assemblywoman and they will try to go step by step from here to here time no day. Look, if there is nothing we do at all today, what we need to do is remember Akua Donkor's resilience, her resilience, her get up and do attitude. The fact that, she didn't say, oh, I'm not qualified. See, you might not be qualified, but step up. You never know. She made it look like life was a video game to me. Like, they say you can't. Who says you can't do what? Why are they saying you can't? Just get up and do, irrespective of every negative voice you would hear, irrespective of the laughter, irrespective of whatever. She believed in what she believed in, and she stood on business. She stood for what she believed in, irrespective of anything that was thrown her way. And Charlie, I admire that. I admire that. You gotta say that is something to clap for, and to be admired, because a lot of people are cowards nowadays. They're afraid, become big. Hey, nah, they shake and, hey, should I? That anxiety sets in. But I'm sure she was afraid. I'm sure she was anxious. I'm sure she's like,
But
second thought herself, but she did not let that stop her. So if for nothing at all, that is what I think we should live by as Ghanaians. Like, Charlie, we move.
Yeah. So let me just put this little bio that I put together about her out there. So Madame Akua Donkor, she was born on February in 1957, and she passed on 28th of October 2024. And she was a farmer and a politician. I can't believe we are speaking about her in the past. Who was the founder and leader of the Ghana Freedom Party.
Yeah.
She had her running mate who recently was revealed in the person of Kwabna Ajimaya Piakubi, who is Roman father. And she had opponents. Can you imagine if Donkor
had
opponents, which included the sitting president, Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa. Nana Akufo-Addo, yes. Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa, yes. And also ex-president John Mahama, and 9 others, of course. We know who they are. She's Ghanaian, of course. She was a farmer, and she hailed from Ifija Kwabre district in the Ashanti region of Ghana, then the Gold Coast. So when she was born, it was still Gold Coast. She was a cocoa farmer by profession, and was known to have had no formal education. So you see, for someone who had never had any form of education, formal education for that matter, came out to say that, you know what, I want to be president. I know that things are wrong in this country, and I believe I can set it right. And she stepped out of her comfort zone, came under ridicule, under mockery and everything, and she still prevailed.
She did.
Running, how many times did she run?
3 or 4 times.
Charlie. So yeah, she was elected as assemblywoman for her mind, and that was the first step she took towards achieving her ambition of being the president of the nation. So from 2012, she applied to contest as an independent candidate, but she was disqualified the first time by the Electoral Commission. Because she did not meet the requirements. And this thing, she said it a number of times herself, that, oh, me buy and I'm farmer, me, she didn't give up. She went back, set things right, and came back again. And then she said she would now do it again. But then again, she decided... She at a point she disagreed with the EC and decided to contest the case in court. But then after the proceedings and everything, she later realized that she really had to, give up. And so she supported then Papa Kwesi Ndum for a bit. So in case you forgot,
that.
She supported Papa Kwesi Ndum of the Progressive People's Party for a bit, and then her Ghana Freedom Party again was disqualified by the Electoral Commission for contesting again in 2016. So a second time she was disqualified again, not being able to contest any election. Let alone to even go ahead to win it. She decided or insisted that she was going to be addressed as Her Excellency. So if you remember, after 2016, we started calling her Her Excellency.
Yes.
And she enjoyed it.
That just shows you don't have to win it to be it. You understand? You don't have to look, especially... You know what? I'm talking to the women who want marriage. You start calling yourself Mrs.
Preach. Anyway, so again in 2016, her office, the office for her headquarters for her party, Ghana
Freedom Party,
was burnt down. So she literally lost everything. So imagine being disqualified twice. Losing, let me say, your capital, because your office or the headquarters was your capital, and you lost that as well. Is that not enough for you to say that those I'm competing with are very elite people? I come nowhere close, so let me give up on this and then just focus on my farming. At the end of the day, I'm literally, in quote, wasting everything I have, and it's not even producing anything. And I know that it will take a very long time. So let me just take time and then get back to my business and leave this for the elite.
Yeah.
She did not do
She
that.
did not.
In 2020, again, she came back to contest, and she was among the 3 women presidential candidates to be declared or to be cleared to contest in the 2020 presidential elections. So the journey started from 2012.
12, yeah.
She lost her office. She was disqualified a number of times. And then in 2020, finally, it happened for her.
Yep.
I'm sure they saw that she was going to keep coming.
Yo.
She was very resilient, like you said. She was not going to give up.
She wasn't backing down for anybody or anything.
So you know what? This time, everything was okay.
Yeah.
Her facts were right. Her documents and everything processed, went through, and she became part of the 12 candidates that contested. Out of that were 3 women who were again in the elites.
Yeah.
She decided to declare Roman father, that is Mr. Kwabena Ajimai, appear in 2024 as her running mate. Yeah. And again, it got a bit of mixed reactions from people because people did not expect anything. Yeah. And she filed for her nomination to contest in 2024 again and placed number 3. We saw that video.
Yes, the number
and
3.
The joy in her
upside
face.
down.
All I could see at that time was the excitement. Joy, Sometimes you get overexcited and then it will happen to you. Yeah. So all I was focused on was the joy in her face.
You could tell her face was glowing.
She was so happy in that instance. And I'm sure that she kept going and persisting because she knew that she was giving some form of hope to a lot more people. Yes. Especially women and those who had never had any form of formal education as well. Or never been to the classroom. She inspired a lot of people to decide to step out of their comfort zones and also to challenge themselves to achieving great things. That's something to mark and put down in the books.
Yep, definitely.
Do you remember that she came out recently to threaten to drag ex-president Mahama to court?
Yeah.
Charlie, and the amount that was quoted, when I heard it, I was like, hey. But but I mean, one of her promises that actually stood out for most people was the fact that she promised to make free education from primary to secondary level, even though she had never had that form of education. She knew the importance of it, and she decided that she was going to make it free for everybody. So right from primary, no matter what, parents, you just needed to get the foundation right. So from crèche, your children had to get it right, and then they would have free primary to secondary education. That is a mother. That is a kind-hearted mother. And she also said that she was going to raise import taxes and enable people to import more. You know, she spoke about these things. Things that would hit right home. And it tells you that she puts herself in your shoes directly.
She did.
So many things. She was also ready to do something great for the cocoa and gold and shea butter and salt as well, industries as well. And she also advocated that Ghana refines its own resources, especially oil, because she believed that buying refined oil from other countries, when we could also produce our own, it didn't really make sense. And honestly, it really doesn't make sense. So, Madame Akua Donkor, Charlie, I've seen somewhere that they refer to her as Gaddafi. Woman Gaddafi. And I feel like, in a way, because she herself had actually said that or your mind to send Gaddafi, So Gaddafi. And this is a little biography that I put together for her. And one thing that runs through is the fact that she never got stuck in any phase. So it takes me back to my motivation to you today. She never stood stagnant in any phase of her life. She progressed. She never let anything that was thrown at her get her down. Anything that happened to her did not bring her down. How many people have no formal education, are able to stand out and keep their heads up and compete in a league with the elites? But this woman did so, and she had a way of worming her way into the hearts of every single person out there, one way or the other. Madam Akua Donkor found her way into your heart.
You see, I can't stop smiling because I'm thinking about that was a magnificent woman. Yeah. Honestly, when you think about it, Shadi,
this morning when I was trying to put down this biography about her, when I started reading about, I'm like, yo, honestly, like. It takes so much more than just a happy face and funny, jovial stuff or comments to come this far. Now, after I read about her, I realized that she was really a strong woman. A very tough seed.
Yes.
A very, very tough seed. And like I was saying before the show started, I feel that this way we would have just laughed about the things she said and not really taken her serious.
Exactly.
But if she had, over the years, while she was upgrading herself, her documents, building up herself to get to that point where, you know, the EC would now qualify her or mark her and say that, you know what, you can compete. If she was doing that same thing on her personal growth and development, going to get some form of adult education in the formal sector, educating herself, people would have begun to see her in a different light and not just some form of comic humor. But regardless, she was a great woman.
Even with the comic humor, she was still a great woman.
But imagine if she had done the personal, that would have. That's what I'm saying. That regardless, she was a great woman, and nothing would have taken that away from her. But then. Looking through the lenses at which we look at everybody who would want to attain certain positions in this country and even globally, you know that there are some levels or standards you have to get to. Just the basics. You needed those fundamentals. And I believe that if she had added that, nobody would have even come close. Because through and through, she was a mother who was ready to mother the nation. And so having the fundamentals and the basic education, or development, self-development, it would have just been magnificent. And trust me, she would, even not just the presidential seat, but she would have attained very great heights.
That's true.
Internationally, that we would have been so proud of. And we would look back and say, she was just a farmer. But when she decided, see where she is. Regardless, she got somewhere, and we are super, super proud of her. So we are celebrating Madam Akua Donkor's life, a very beautiful life, well lived. And I hope that her family, even though they are in pain and are mourning, can actually look back and say that this is our mother. She did this, she did that, she did that. And we are super proud of her.
Definitely.
Why baby, I'm fast. I am a man and I don't know what traffic or don't have a thing. There's one time that you will be. I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal, my motherland. I bred myself to the service of Ghana. I'm all my sweat and all my heart. The Macan, when you start a baby, him I travel, what's up a penny. The Macan, when you start a baby, him I travel, what's up a penny.
Was this from century? I'm a treasure. I'm from Century, and I'm a treasure. Every Bama, doesn't need to himself by triple. One yes, I see I can't tell so. Have my tuning to a chain. Neon Fatiani video. Sorry, I bet you can't convince me. See me to away. I am from Cosivio. Nina, I had your walk out. The Matusa, and swanching your body.
The Macan, when you start a baby, him I travel, what's up a penny. Why never be a Pasahana? I am a man and I don't know traffic or don't have a thing. Why never be a Pasahana? I am a man and I don't know traffic or don't have a thing. Why never be a Pasahana? I am a man and I don't know traffic or don't have a thing. Why never be a Pasahana? I am a man and I don't know traffic or don't have a thing. I promise on my honor. I pledge myself to the
I know that many a times we say that you don't know when death will come knocking, and nobody knows when anybody is going to go. But I mean, this very one,
though it was predicted or prophesied.
Please.
Okay, no. Please. One, I have seen some other ones, but then it's shown that they have like edited their stuff and everything. But then there's one prophet, I think Uche also, he didn't say about her. What he said is there will be a strong wind that will blow
on the day of elections.
He didn't say on the day of elections. He said it will blow and it would change the dynamics of the elections. That's all he said. And he said we should just pray. The rest, they've gone to go and edit their things and show. I
mean, so yeah, this is the kind of death that you really don't think it will hit you, or it can affect you till it happens. Yeah. Because when I woke up at this very early in the morning, I saw it. I'm like, you started again. Because in this country, people will just wake up one day and spread fake rumors. So when I saw it, I just put my phone back down and tried to go back to sleep again. At about 10 a.m., I went back online. Then I saw it. I'm like, this thing is actually serious. So I went on sites that I trust, where I get solid news from. I went there and it was there. Then I saw Nabi post it in the group as well. I'm like, oh wow, so this is actually like a thing. It's true. Then I started just laughing back at all her funny sound bites and her videos and everything. And that woman never faked anything.
She did not.
She was just the realest and in the most raw state. And sometimes you'll be like, mommy, we like, even you get the second-hand embarrassment and feel like, can't she just, but that was who she was.
I think that's how life is to be lived. She lived.
She did live.
She lived.
She did live.
She was true to herself.
And she accomplished so much.
She was true to herself and she was true to the world. We lie so much. We lie to ourselves. We lie to people. We lie to our family. We lie to even God. Like,
just to belong. Just
for what? And a day. Because in the end, you're going to die and you're going to give account. She was true to everything. Like,
you like it or you don't.
You like it or you don't. No choice. And I don't care if you don't like it, because this is my life. It is not your life. I am living my life. I'm on my path. I am doing what I need to do. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, now for you. You understand?
And the thing is, you cannot not like it.
You cannot not like it. Why are you to not like it? Honestly, when you think about it.
Because now that we are sitting here, look at how we are. Like, and everybody out there. The messages I've seen pouring out on social media, I'm like,
I feel like something has changed. Like, yes, the dynamics have changed. I'm not feeling the same as yesterday. I'm still, I'm not happy. Like, it's just like, but
why her?
I can't when you decide to pay, oh, him I travel, what's wrong with you? Why never be a fast hand? I am a country and I do the same with travel, but what's wrong with you? I'm from ourselves.
Then again, Nanka who? Like, okay, why hair? But then, what Uncle who would you have picked? All right, guys, so that's where we would draw down the curtains for Word on the Street today. Yes. Let's just save ourselves, save our jobs, save our families, save our lives, Only God knows who. And you get, see, Ngozi, take over. I think I'm talking too much.
You know what? Jonathan will be here with a sports update in 15 minutes. May Akua Donkor rest in peace. Madam Akua Donkor, may she rest in peace.
May her and then we are sitting in the studio and we are laughing like, does she know she's on radio? Like, you would laugh and you would love her. She was not going to form prim and proper. Actually, this is me.
At all.
And that's what we loved.
Exactly.
We loved it.
So for everybody who's mourning, for everybody who's listening, I pray you find comfort. This is actually very painful. I pray you find comfort. But then in everything, I pray that you find motivation in Akua Donkor's life, the way she lived, the way she was fearless, or maybe she felt the fear, but she moved on regardless. I pray we find that. I pray we are resilient. I pray we find that truth, that fact that be able to, be true to yourself, to be true to the world, be true to everybody surrounding you, be true to God. Just be true to yourself. Be resilient. Life will come at you with different stuff. People will feel or will talk down at you and say, who do you think you are to want to sit on this seat? Or who do you think you are to even be in this room? What makes you think you can join our table? Honestly, just flip your hair and say, I'm still joining this table regardless. Because that's exactly what she did. She joined the table. She sat down where people said she couldn't sit. Just do what you're supposed to do. Move. Be afraid, but still do it. Be resilient. Just move. That's the only thing. I think that's what her life was meant to show us. I feel like her life was actually a lesson for all of us, especially us women. We get shot down so many different ways. People come at us trying to be like, you can't do this. Oh, you're a bad girl. Oh, yeah. Are you sure she didn't sleep with someone to get there? Still do it. Just move. Akua Donkor, that's my motivation for today. We are moving regardless. Yes. All right. So
may she continue to rest in peace, and may her entire family be comforted by God Almighty. Everybody who was close to her and everybody who is impacted one way or the other by this demise. May the Lord comfort you.
Amen.
Why not baby? I'm fast. I am a messenger and I do the same with you. But also, I'm for my honor.